afraid of what I must do. So I want to just show quick fire a couple other options from this same idea. And all these would be easy to substitute in. It just depends upon exactly what he's trying to do. In fact, let's switch them. Yeah. So, of course, from the wrist takeaway, I already showed the arm breaks and things like that. But there's also different ways to block. So certainly if you are less strong than your opponent, or smaller, or alternatively just you're choosing to put more on defense, never a bad idea. In particular, I do this a lot in armor. You don't have to block with one hand. You can block either doubled, where I have my right hand gripping my left wrist, that basically just turns this into a big shield, or I can grip crossed. It's always right hand or dominant hand on top, okay? That leads to other fun things where you can do basically the same idea. So for example, if he attacks me and I go doubled, then I get the benefit of having this nice tight wrap, and sometimes things just pop out. Alternatively, if I go crossed, then I also get the benefit of having the ability to turn his dagger on him, or other fun things like that. It's just, with another arm, you get more options. It also means making some of those figure four locks is easier. But the other thing I wanted to show is a couple different takedowns. Not everyone can do the hips and knees very easily, right? Maybe your opponent's super tall, or they know that throw very well. It's a very common throw. Other things you can do. If that stab comes in, as long as I'm close, I can also take that knee, headbutt him on the way up, fun things like that. There's all those sorts of options too, okay? But we're gonna now shift gears, and the stab is gonna be coming in from the offside. Couple important things, because this is one of those things where historically we get to talk about this. Modern day, this is where modern self-defense we wouldn't be talking about this, right? Which is, when you are attacking someone with a dagger, this is not your opening move for several reasons. Coming from your dominant side ensures that even if they do stop your weapon, your other tool is lined up and ready to go. We are face to face. Your brain as a fencer is used to fighting this way, right? Coming from your offside, this just innately locks down one side of you. You now have to take a whole other step to get close and utilize this tool. But more importantly, we move against the dagger. If he stabs at me from his other side, I have a whole window I can step into, and there's not much Augustus can do as I step up, right? This is not a good opening gambit for that reason. The other reason behind it is that I now get to block with my dominant arm. Okay? Before, I did still have to do an offside block, which takes training. This, I mean, when he stabs in at me, I can stop that dead, right? And people stronger than me can do even more. Generally speaking, since I'm starting off left and forward, I don't even need to step into it. You can, if you want to be extra safe, but generally speaking, look at where I am, right? Other thing about it is that when he's attacking from his offside, it's like, what do I do with my feet? Do you step out with your left leg, or do you instead step in with your right leg? I will say that my personal preference, if I have to do this, is to keep the right leg full. I like to do it this way because I know all these bad things, and I just want to make it a quick stab. That doesn't necessarily matter for what we're about to work on, though. Does that make sense, everybody? Okay, so I'm left foot forward. Augustus is stabbing me from my offside. Stop it dead. You'll actually probably delight in how easy that is, right? Same exact idea. Grab, and this one will almost always end up on the wrist. Use your forearm if you have to. Rev so it's pointing away from you. Now, I can do wonderfully evil things, right? I can go for that leg pick. I can do all those sorts of things. But the better thing that is presented to you is now we have the leverage point of the elbow. Okay? So when I turn this, I don't want to drop it down. I want to keep it high so I can put my other hand here. This is under the elbow, not on the elbow cap itself. So if Augustus's elbow point is toward me, this is that other little joint on the inside of your arm. Here, and now like I'm turning a big wheel, I roll it. This ensures, it doesn't actually hurt him, right? But it ensures that he turns away from me at the very least. And this makes it very easy to put him into certain come-alongs, other sorts of wonderful things like that, right? If he can't see me, he can't fight me, so I can create some distance or whatever else I need to do. Does this make sense? Okay. That's our bare minimum. Here's that again. Stop it, twist it, turn. Right? Can't help it. If you need to do a strip at this point, there's a little more like finesse to it, but bare minimum, you can just kind of fall on top of his arm and work this out of his hand. We will get into something a little more finesse than that, but for now, I want us to just get used to that turn. Couple things. I'm not turning the wheel this way. I'm putting him back where he came from, okay? It's that way. Like I'm pushing it forward and away from me, not twisting it down to the ground. That is an option I can do, but that's a different approach. So again, stop, twist, push away from me. It doesn't even have to be a hard push, just gradual. Keep tension with your right hand so that the arm turns over. He should end up facing away from you, and life is great, grand, and wonderful. Does that make sense, everybody? All right, take this slow. Some of you may have rotator cuff injuries, so make sure this is gentle. If you have a problem like that, attack them from the other side. You might as well learn this both ways. Cool? All right, go for it.